search for it. Every week, every week, feeling I'm in search for it. Every week, every week, every.
Good morning, you are listening to the Phil and Aman Search For podcast. I am your host, Phil, and I am joined by my co-host, Aman. Aman, good morning, buddy. How are you today?
You know what it is, baby. Podcast number, what are we at, 6?
We're on 6.
Whew, 6, my man. Look at us go, man.
There we go. We're building up content, building up that catalog.
This was just an idea a couple weeks ago, and now it's like a full-form thing. That's crazy.
We're booming. I'm loving this. I'm feeling creative.
Okay, I see you.
All right, well, let's get started off. I don't have too much to complain about this week. Actually, I think I have nothing to complain about this week. But I'm going to start off and say, what is good this week? And, speaking of last week, we were talking about food. And, as it's coming along, me and my girlfriend are looking for new places to try. And especially on my way here this morning, every time I'm on my way here, I'm going up Franklin and I'm smelling some cooked onions, I'm smelling some garlic, and there turns out there's a Mexican restaurant on that street up near your house. And
oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen it.
It's called, I believe, Uno Mexican restaurant, something like that. Anyways, man, it smells fantastic every time I'm driving past it. I don't even know if it's actually that restaurant. Maybe it's something else that just smells like garlic and onion and shit cooking. But I want to believe it's that. Yeah, that it's that restaurant. And so that we've added that to our list of restaurants around here that are that we want to try. So maybe that might be a check mark in the book for new restaurants coming into town, smelling real good, eating real good. Other than that, like I was saying, I'm feeling really creative lately.
Okay.
This podcast has been a real big help. I've been doing some of the stuff for our social media. Making posts and
just so you guys know, Phil is snapping behind the scenes. He does all the posts and all that stuff. I'm not too good with social media, so he handles all that, and man, I would say he's doing a fantastic job.
Thank you.
Job,
I mean, we both got a respective thing. We each do our own thing. You added the podcast for sure, and that's a big weight off my shoulders. But yeah, man, so I'm doing the thumbnails. I'm doing stuff for social media there. Stuff like naming the episodes, and it's not even just podcast related too. My girlfriend's teaching me some embroidery, so I was working on a shirt for myself.
That's dope.
And I just in general, just for content, I'm feeling really artistic lately, and that doesn't usually happen. I'm not very artistic in nature, so it's definitely a bit of a turn for me. But I'm really liking this new uptick and kind of feeling the creative juices, and it's especially with the podcast, for sure.
Yeah.
Being excited to make new episodes each week, uploading them, getting stuff ready.
The whole process,
a little behind the scene, for the marketing on our brand and stuff, right, on Twitter, Instagram.
For sure.
Don't want to get too much into that because that's kind of boring for everyone, I think. But I just feeling really, really creative lately. Really enjoying it, getting the juices flowing. No downer Phil this week. Only positive vibes. How about you, man? What's bugging you? What's going good? What's your life like?
First and foremost, I'd like to say, I definitely feel this podcast has been a great creative outlet for sure, and definitely I think a great way to keep myself focused and happy and cause man, this school year has been fucking rough, For
sure.
It's just getting worse and worse and worse, and this is just a thing that I can look forward to every week, and it's just just doing the mix on this too. It's a good way to I don't know, just get a little bit better at putting stuff together and that kind of stuff. And it's definitely gotten easier. I turned out our last episode in under an hour, which before it took me a lot longer. So it's been definitely a really positive thing as far as keeping me on track with doing things and keeping me focused, and definitely not keeping me lazy, which is something I like. But as far as things grinding my gears, man, fucking school, man. Holy shit,
I knew it was coming.
Oh my god, man, it's just getting worse and worse and worse. And currently where I'm at, so basically, if you remember a couple episodes back, I talked about how I had a couple problems with emailing profs, and they weren't really answering me properly, or they would kind of diffuse the question, and maybe send me to somebody else, or maybe not answering my question properly, or like, it just like wasn't working out, right? And in a lot of my Zoom classes, I would ask questions, and again, I found myself not really being answered properly. So I had this one assignment, right? And like a couple other previous assignments, I didn't know what the fuck was going on, right? So I did what any other student would do. A couple days before the assignment is due, not like 1 day, not 2 days, I'm talking like 4 or 5 days before the assignment is due, I hit my prof up, and I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I think I know what's going on. This is what I understand the assignment to be. What's going on? And then I basically get like pretty much 0 to no response. Like, she doesn't reply for a couple days. And then pretty much like the reply that she gives me is just to reread the fucking rubric. So it doesn't answer
that's never the answer, because it's like you're already looking for answers before that. So you've probably already read the rubric. You've probably already read the notes and like all the emails and whatever the prof sent out. And like, you wouldn't be reaching out to, any prof if you weren't already able to find the content,
Yeah, man. I feel like I'm kind of bitching, so sorry guys, but like I definitely
taking on my role.
I definitely like don't understand why it has to be this way as like somebody who, like, it's not like my first year in like post-secondary schooling, like I've had like other years of uni prior to this where this wasn't the way it was, like where I could email a teacher or a prof, sorry, they're teachers anyways.
Yeah.
But I could email them and then like basically like get a response that was like exactly what I needed. Now it's just like, I don't know, man, like you're just nails against the chalkboard with these guys. Like they feel like you're like dragging out like something like hard from them,
For sure. It's definitely we talked a little bit about this before the podcast too. It's definitely hard on teachers and students right now, but there's got to be some communication there and understanding that it is hard for both sides. And especially even in a normal setting, let's forget Zoom settings right now and all that. We talked about, even profs then are very dismissive of, asking questions or
for sure.
Sometimes not even well versed on their own topic they're teaching, which is really frustrating, especially to
to a paying customer.
I didn't want to phrase it like that, but exactly, to a paying customer. You don't really want to be spending your hard-earned money, going to school to learn jack shit, basically. But sometimes that does happen, and it's really annoying. And man, like some profs, I guess we don't experience their side of it, but from our side of it, man, it's like, please just fucking answer my questions, man. If I ask 4 questions, don't just answer one or tell me to read the syllabus or go over the fucking Zoom lectures again. But oh man, I'm very sorry that you're having to deal with that.
Yeah, no, I mean it's not like a big deal. Like it's not like anything that's got me super torn up. Cause like ultimately, like what I did when like she didn't give me the reply was like, I just kind of realized,
project.
like, I was like, I'm not doing this shit now.
2%.
Like, I want to do it and I want to succeed, and trust me, I want to get that good mark. But like she's at home relaxing, dog. I'm over here fucked up about this shit. Like that's not like a good dynamic. So I'm just gonna like not do it and go like,
I don't know if we talked about this on a podcast yet, but did I ever tell you about how one of my profs told us how much he made for teaching a 3-hour class?
No, I don't think you did.
All right, nah. I won't get too much into it because it's a longer story than that. But basically, he made $110 an hour.
Oh shit!
He taught 2 3-hour classes, so 6 hours.
Yeah.
He also worked for the school mainly, so teaching was kind of his side gig.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, he was just like, I could take up more hours. I could teach more subjects, and I could make more money. He's just like, but he's like, it's just kind of like pocket money for me because he already made so much. But yeah, like $110 an hour, man. He teach 6 hours. To be fair, he's like, those are only in class hours. He's just like, I don't get paid for marking or like responding to shit outside of class. But I mean, 6 hours, man, and you're making like $660. Sounds good to me.
Sounds like a sweet gig, man.
Yeah, man.
I would like to be a prof one day. I remember you were talking about how you wanted to be.
Yeah. So that's why I wasn't sure if we were. Yeah, man. I want the easy money. I want the fucking.
Yeah, no.
Work 6 hours and relax type of money.
Yeah, for sure.
What else? You said you were saying something too before we hopped on here real quick. You're like, oh, I'm gonna save it for a podcast.
Yeah, man.
What's up with your sister, man?
All right, man. So for those of you that maybe know or don't know, I have an older sister who I admire and I love very much, and like, you know, I respect
Sibling
her,
love,
and
man.
you know, she's like, you know, in a lot of ways, she's
Fuck
like
siblings, but you love them.
yeah, she's, you know, the whole reason I am the way I am. You know, she definitely taught me a lot of manners and a lot of things not to do and to do. But one thing that we've always had a difference of opinion on is cleaning and
Ooh.
maybe a little bit of responsibility with cleaning. And I'm not saying my sister isn't clean. She's very clean. She's, you know, her car is like super clean when it sometimes it doesn't get clean, but sometimes when she wants it to be clean, it's super clean, you know? And she'll like get on me for making a mess in her car. So like I can totally respect that. But recently she's been on a kick of cleaning her room, and that's great. I love to see like that progress because she has a sick room, you know, and it's cool to hang out in there. When we were growing up, we used to always hang out in her room, but then as the years kind of went on, we started hanging out in my room. You know that one Drake line where it's just like, Ye's pool is nice, but my pool is big, is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
I have a bigger TV in my room, so
Ooh, there you go.
you know, her
You're the
TV's
breadwinner.
Yeah, no. I never said that. No. She's balling, bro.
All right.
She's
My
definitely
bad.
balling. Yeah. No, I just got the old TV from like the basement. So like,
Okay.
this one used to be in the living room, and then like I got the one from. But anyways, yeah. So like I like, you know, like we just started hanging out in my room more. So like recently, she's been kind of wanting to like clean up her room and like remake it, and like we went to like go get her a bunch of plants yesterday, and we like repotted them, and like it was super fun. We got a bunch of like succulents and like a bunch of cactuses and like cacti and like just a bunch of like cool stuff for her room, right? So then we get into her room, and I should also backtrack and say like the night before she asked me to install like a new TV mount for her that like help pull out her TV.
Those things are a pain in the ass.
Oh, it was actually like mad easy,
Yours
low key.
was? Okay,
Yeah,
man.
because she was like helping me and all that.
Okay,
but
okay.
like it made her room look like so much tighter than it was before. Like it
Nice.
looked very like 2D and like kind of like small before, but like this thing just like, I don't know, it was just like the angles, man. It was
Made it
just sick.
pop.
Yeah, it made that shit pop. So then she got to thinking. She was like, what else can I take out of this room? What else can I leave?
She's
And-
on that minimalist wave.
Oh man, this is where the story takes a turn for the worse.
Okay.
So as much as I express my love and admiration for my sister, one thing I don't like that she does is she tends to like leave a lot of garbage for me to pick up, and a lot of things for like if she throws something into into the recycling bin, you know, like most of the times like I'll like fold it up or whatever. I'll make it like super neat or whatever. Make it like
For sure.
so it doesn't like fly away if the wind hits it. She just like piles that shit on top like it's fucking Jenga, bro. Like this shit does not look like, you know what I'm saying? And like so she tended to like start doing that yesterday. So I was already kind of cleaning up a little bit after her, and I was just like, this is whatever, right? Like I wasn't like cheesed about it. Like I was like, this is just me. Like I was more like kind of like laughing about it, like if anything, you know, because it's like she's done it so much as like part of her gimmick, you know, which is kind of funny to me. So it's like I wasn't really cheesed about it, but then this is where like shit gets crazy, man. And like I'm not like cheese, but it's just like kind of like you'll kind of see where I'm coming from in a minute. Okay.
Yeah,
So
go
like
ahead.
basically she had this giant ass bookshelf in her room, right?
Yep.
And I don't have a very big house. I have a pretty small upstairs, you know, and it's just a tiny corridor to my room, and then like right next to my room is like my sister's room. She put that bookshelf out of her room and right in the fucking corridor, bro. So like I can't even get out of
Can't
my
get
room when
past
I
it?
open the door, bro. Like I'm like fucking jammed in there,
trapped.
bro. Like I opened the door this morning, I'm like, what the fuck, like yo, what the fuck happened, bro? And like, oh my god, if that was the only thing, I'd be like, okay, it's manageable, bro. I can squeeze past, you
Sure.
know, I'm a thin enough guy. I can get past that. It's not a big deal, right? But then I'm looking at the ground, and there's a fucking obstacle course of boxes and fucking books and fucking clothes, and like, I know this shit didn't come from my room. I know this shit didn't come from my parents' room, and there's a bathroom upstairs. There's only one room that shit came from, bro. And it's like, dog, like, what the fuck is this doing out? And then I took just this might be being a little bit of an asshole, but I took a peek in her room just to see like the progress.
Yeah.
There's no significant progress.
Oh
Why
my-
did you just leave it in there, bro? Like, what the fuck? This shit had me hot, man.
Had
And
you
like
hot?
now I have to take apart that bookshelf, which ultimately this is where the story has a positive side, because my girlfriend's been looking for some shelves for her room, and like we have a couple pieces of wood that like, you know, we've just had laying around, but it's been nothing like, you know, nothing like the right size. But I was looking at this bookshelf, and like all these like shelves are like the right size. So, like,
Really?
Yeah, once I take this
Perfect.
shit apart,
Yeah,
it's
she'll
just
love that.
like, yeah. I just gotta
Nice.
like, you know, so it ended up working out for the
Kind of
better.
a win-win situation.
Yeah, it's
then.
a win-win. It's kind of jokes, but like,
Just to piss you off a little bit.
yeah, I still gotta take it apart though at some point today,
Yeah,
man.
and
Like,
then you're gonna have to help her put the shelves up. I know she's gonna make you do all that work.
oh yeah.
No,
man, I don't wanna
I
think
get
about
it. I get it. You know, I definitely talked to last podcast about my sister, and you know, she broke our family laptop, and it's kind of a pain in my ass. And you know, she is the youngest of us, also. Like, it's kind of the rule, you know, of siblings in a family that the youngest is kind of spoiled. They're like kind of assholes. But my sister's, yeah, I guess I do kind of have something to complain about. My sister, you know, whole quarantine, she is 15, so she doesn't have a job, and it's, you know, especially like her getting a job right now is kind of hard, you know, with quarantine.
Yeah, for sure.
So she just kind of vibes at home, and you know, as much as I love her, she constantly bugs the fuck out of me and my brother for shit. So my brother doesn't have a car. He doesn't have a license. I have a car and a license. I'm a full G-class driver, by the way, baby.
Okay, flex on them.
I can parallel park.
Okay.
But yeah, no. So she'll ask me, like, she'll be like, it's like 12 o'clock at night, and I'm kind of just like, you know, watching some TV or some YouTube or something. She'll be like, Phil. She'll be like, let's go to the store. Let's go get ice cream. Let's go to McDonald's. And I'm like, no. I'm like, and she's like, why? And I'm like, I'm tired, man. Or like, we went to the store like last week or something like that. And she'd be like, you don't love me.
Oh no.
You hate me.
No.
And that's always her go-to response when she doesn't get her ways. You hate me. And
No.
and then I'd be like, fuck you, man. And like, we swear at each other.
You start
we
welling
flip
up
each
with
other
tears.
Yeah, right. But like, my brother is kind of, he really like allows her to get away, and like, you know, kind of amplifies what she gets away with, because
Do you think he gets a rise out of doing that though?
so, I don't know, man, because here's
like,
the thing,
if it was
like,
me, I think that shit would be mad jokes.
here's
If I had, like, an
the
older
thing, because like
sibling,
my
I
brother
feel-
sometimes too, he'll be like my brother gets like weird cravings for beef jerky, and like like he drinks a lot of chocolate milk too. So he'll just be like, man, I could really go for like a chocolate milk right now. And then he'll be like, look at me, and like, or he'll tell me, he'll be like, yo, Alyssa wants to go to the store. And I'll be like, okay, what about it? And he'll be like, I don't know, man, she texted me, you deal with it. And I'll be like, oh, man, what the fuck, why you gotta make me deal with it? And then he'll be like, yo, but if you go, like, he's like, I'll take a chocolate milk, or he'll like, or give me some weight, like, give me some shit. Yeah, so he's in on it half the time,
he's
right?
in on this shit. It's an inside job, bro.
And so I'm like, man, I'm fucking all.
How many times do you think there's actually a text though from like your sister to him, or do you think he's just like?
No, she'll text both of us. Like, yeah, she's very.
I was gonna say,
annoying
if you
with
had it like down pat, now you'd be like, yo, man.
Sometimes she'll come to my room, and she'll just like, because like it comes down the stairs and there's my room, and she'll just poke her head around, and she'll just be like looking at me, and I'll be like, the fuck do you want? Because I can see it out of the corner of my eye. I'm doing shit, and then she'll just be like, she'll wait there, and she gets that high pitched voice and go, feel, and she does it all the time to me. But yeah, so they're like co-conspirators, man. They get in on this shit, and I'm like, man, I don't want to be taking a 1 a.m. trip to Dawn's, you know what I mean? Or like, first of all, it's not really healthy. You know, but also I'm like, man, sometimes I'm just tired, like, but my brother, like, he funnels the money for her, like, all the time, so, like, he'll be like, oh, man, it's $5 here, it's $5 there, like, or, you know what I mean, $10 for, you know, for her to get, like, because she has no money, and I buy her shit, but, like, not all the time, like, I'm a lot more sparse with that, but my brother, yeah, he funnels that money, he funnels that, the attitude of, like, oh, yeah, like, just ask Phil to go to the store, and, like, so they kind of gang up on me, and like,
damn, that sucks,
yeah, I guess that's kind of been annoying me, especially because like, yeah, I like, my sister doesn't take no for an option, so I'll be like, no, not tonight, and she'll be like, you said that last night, and I'll be like, well, yeah, because I wasn't home last night, like I was at my girlfriend's house, like how I'm not gonna come and drive, you know, 20 minutes to take you to the store, like, then she'll be like, you hate me, you don't love me, and then like, you know, a few days later, if I do, you know, take her somewhere to the mall or, you know, to the store or like, or, you know, sometimes out for dinner or whatever, she'll be like, oh, you know, thanks for taking me or like whatever. Like we're having a good time. We're listening to music. We're bonding and stuff like that. Yeah. And then it's like later that night, she'll ask me for something or like, she'll be like, oh, did you eat like the last like, I don't know, cinnamon roll or something like that. Be like, oh yeah, like there was one for each of us, like, you know, a pack of 4, one for mom, one for me, one for my brother, you know, one for you. You know what I mean? And like, I'd be like, so I ate my cinnamon roll. She'll be like, my sister will be like, well, I didn't get any. And I'll be like, well, then someone ate yours, but it wasn't me. I had mine. I'm sorry, someone ate yours, but you know what I mean? And then she gets on that, and then she like totally flip switch and she'll be like, I hate you. And I'll be like, I took you out for a nice, you know, whatever today. You got along so great, and then because someone else, you know, fucked you over, I'm getting the brunt of it. And then she goes on her little, you know, teenage girl, you know, rampage, and like the other day she wouldn't speak to me for like I was going out for coffee with my girlfriend.
It gets deep, eh?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I was going out for coffee with my girlfriend, and my mom and her were in the living room watching a movie. I was talking to my mom. I was like, all right. I call my sister like a bunch of nicknames, like her name's Alyssa, but I call her Goose. It's a family joke. Anyways, I don't want to explain it. Anyways, but I was like, oh, goodbye, Goose. And then she just like kind of stared at me and like wouldn't talk to me. And I was like, goodbye. Like she just full on. And I was like, oh, she's mad at me. And my mom's like, she's not mad at you. She's not mad at you. I go to close the door. Fuck you. As I'm leaving. And I open the door. I'm like, fuck you too, man.
Oh,
like,
shit.
Yeah, she was. I don't even know what she was really that mad about, man.
Damn.
Just flip flops each day.
That's craziness. That is craziness. Yeah, thank God I don't have to deal with that. I remember when I was growing up, my sister would always always take me out to like go do stuff and all that kind of shit, and like I'd always feel bad that she was spending her money and shit, and like I'd always like, I don't know, if I'd always like feel like,
no, as an older sibling, I don't like, you never feel bad spending money on your younger siblings. So usually it's like you do it because you want to, right?
Yeah.
Unless you're kind of like being like, buy me this, buy me that, which I know, I know you weren't, right?
Most of the times too, like nowadays as well, it's just like me and my sister kind of like take each other out, if anything, you know, like she's definitely like hooked me up like mad times with like a ton of like cool stuff, and like likewise, you know, like I definitely always try to make sure that like, you know, like I spoil her like more than like anybody too, because like she's always like done that since like before like I could do it back for her. So I'm like more or less paying her back for like all those years. And,
yeah, for sure.
Like that. But yeah, man, there'll come a day like where she like does that too, man. Like she'll like kind of like be like in her own, and she'll like have her own money, and she'll like take you guys out too, and like it'll be sick then, man. She's gonna reap all the benefits.
Yeah, she's gonna pay me back like 100 dinners or some shit.
Yeah, everything on the menu, man.
Yeah,
you know what it is.
She's taking me to the most expensive steakhouse in the cities, and you know, I'm getting 2 steaks, one to eat, one to take home.
One to eat, one to look at.
Yeah, man. But other than that, you know, like I said, I've been having a pretty good week. I've been watching, you know, I've talked about it a little bit before. My YouTube gets weird sometimes, but I was watching the other day with my girlfriend this guy named Coyote Peterson. Do you know him?
Oh, why does that name sound familiar?
Okay,
what kind of videos does he make?
He's a wildlife guy, and he like so he makes it on everything. You might know his series. I was watching it the other day.
I might have seen
and
one or two
he gets
of his
stung
videos.
by like all these wasps and stuff like that,
shit.
and like you know the murder hornets that are going around in the U.S. and like they're like he got stung by that.
Aren't people calling those like those things from the Bible like the what's the word for it, locusts or whatever?
Oh,
like, people
I don't know,
are calling those
probably.
the modern day one. I remember I saw this like kind of like conspiracy theory where it's just like, yo, the locusts are coming, it's the end of the world, and like all this shit. And,
that's funny. I have no idea about that because I don't know, probably, man, whatever's going on.
I don't know, I might
be
mistaken it with a different bug. I probably am.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the wrong guy.
Right. But yeah, no, so this guy gets stung by a bunch of bullshit. Like he gets stung by like bullet ants and these wasps and shit like that. And
is this like his gimmick?
Yeah, man, like, well, he just does like normal other wildlife shit. He's basically like, you know, Steve Irwin. And just kind of has that vibe where he loves animals and type of shit. And he's just teaching you about nature. But I was watching these videos where he's getting stung and shit. And he definitely has like this very cool persona, but at the same time he also is a little bit crazy, man. Like, yeah, he's getting stung by this shit, and he's like, he purposely like documents it, and there's like this whole ranked list of like what hurts the most and all that. So he's getting like the top 10 like most painful stings and bites and all that. And so it'd be like, all right, I'm Coyote Peterson, and today we're getting stung by the bullet ant or whatever. And then like it's like a 20-minute video, and he like takes you on the journey of like him being in like Malaysia or Japan.
He finds
or like
them, eh?
he goes on these hikes.
Cool.
And
that's actually really cool.
Yeah, and he catches them, and he's very humane about it all, and like everything, and like
that's dope.
And then he gets like these forceps and all that, and then like he holds it on his arm, and most of the time they like initially the bugs are just kind of like chilling there or whatever, and then he kind of has to like move them a little bit, and then they start getting aggressive.
I've definitely seen this guy's videos, eh?
Yeah. He's done stuff for my girlfriend was telling me Kim Kardashian brought him to like
I don't know if
one of the kids' birthday parties or something, like, and he, because I think his North was like really obsessed with like spiders and tarantulas and stuff like that, and so like she brought him on, then like
that's weird.
And yeah, he brought like a bunch of like animals, and like Kim Kardashian held like a tarantula and scared the shit out of her.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, anyways, yeah, so he does like all these crazy videos, and we were watching it, and he's just like he seems like a nice guy, seems really like genuine and like knowledgeable and all that, but he's also just a bit fucking crazy for me, because like he gets bit by this shit or it's stung or whatever, and then he releases the bug, and then they kind of put it back in the thing, but he flounders on the ground, and he'll be like, oh man, and you can see him like freaking out because obviously it hurts, and like he's getting like this venom and poison and shit like pumped into his his bloodstream, and he's like on the ground, and he's like holding his arm, and he's always like, oh man, that hurts. And he doesn't swear, by the way, very wholesome guy.
I've definitely seen this guy's videos.
Yeah. And so he's just rolling around in pain, and like his arm starts going red, and he's like crying, and like not really crying, but like sweating and like going crazy. And the guys that are filming it are like, hey man, you okay? Describe the pain. And he's just like, he's rocking around, and he's like, oh mother, and he's just like, and he's like hurts, he's like, and then like they're documenting it, and they're like, does it hurt when you touch it and all that? And they're like, yep, it's swollen and it's hot to the touch, and like you're going crazy. And then
isn't there like a high like fatality like chance or whatever it is with that kind of shit?
They have like these this chemical, like it comes, they did a whole video on it. It's like it comes in wipes, and also like a little vial form that you break the vial and pour it or whatever, and it's supposed to help with like the antivenom. Like there's definitely like times where you can probably die.
Yeah, like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah, I don't know.
That shit is
he
nuts.
definitely knows a lot more about it, so he's being safe about it, at least generally.
Aman's an expert, most definitely.
Yeah. But yeah, and then he like after the video he goes on, he'll be like, after 4 hours the initial pain starts to wear off, but he's like, I experienced side effects of sweating and like fatigue and dizziness for like the next 6 days or whatever. I'm like, bro, you're in a foreign country in the middle of like a hike in the middle of nowhere. You're getting stung by this shit, and you're telling me you're feeling like you basically have the flu, like you're gonna die after being voluntarily stung, and you're telling me you're living through this pain for fun? And I'm like, you're a bit crazy, man.
Nah, dude, this is a little bit off.
You're a little bit off, man. But like,
yeah, that's crazy. I cannot like, honestly, like my initial reaction when I see like small insects is like usually like, okay, whatever, it's pretty cute or whatever. But anything like bigger than like my fucking like thumb, man, I'm not touching that shit, man. Like I don't want that shit on me. I don't want that shit biting me. I don't want to like, oh
for
my
real,
God.
Man. But like, there's also some really crazy videos, because like I watched this one where he was like in Alaska, and he was like playing with a fox, and like it was so cute. It was just like a little 6-minute video, 8-minute video, whatever, and like there's this rescue fox, and like he's just like he's going on about it, like telling you facts or whatever, and he's just like got a little sock that he takes off, and then he just like wiggles it in front of the fox, and it's a baby, and like it's playful and all that, and it's like it's so cool, like, because brings me back to childhood, and I'm learning about different animals from Steve Irwin, and
did you like that, like kind of like Crocodile Hunter? Like,
I loved it, man.
Like
I used to watch I used to watch a lot.
What was the other show? It was like Zaboomafoo?
Zaboomafoo was the one from, it was like
I know that has nothing to do with Steve Irwin,
yeah.
But yeah. I remember that show was like a big show.
That was more just like the one monkey, and then like kind of like they had clips of it, but like it was still like I
that was like the first introduction, I remember, for sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
No, I definitely watched a lot of like fishing and like natural show. I don't know, nature shows. I guess like
no, I know what you're talking about.
National Geography and shit like that. Just because like it was on early morning, and people in my house put it on and stuff like that.
Yeah,
and
my dad was like a really big fan of that stuff from like India, because like it was like one of those things like when he came over to Canada, it was like shit he was seeing back home already when they would do like, I don't know, like a documentary on like fucking like just like cheetahs and shit like that. It'd be like something that he would have saw when he was like a kid when he went to the zoo, and like he would just like see like these like channels. So like when I was growing up too, like you always like put that shit on, like stuff about elephants. I remember you'd always get like super into, because like people like are bigger riding elephants in India and shit. So like,
nice, man. Yeah,
I think like elephant like documentaries are like a huge like universal thing, because like everybody likes to look at animals.
Yeah, especially elephants, man. They're so peaceful for the most part, at least. I think, I don't know, maybe.
Well, I saw this video. It's actually interesting, like, because like I saw this video online the other day of like online on YouTube. I sound like an old man. A fucking this hyena and like a bunch of like lions like beefing over like this carcass or some shit.
Ooh.
And then this like fucking one elephant comes out of nowhere and just like starts like ramming forward and like backing up and ramming forward.
Damn.
And then they all just dipped, bro. Like, so like I'm sure like they can like definitely maul something. Like they're definitely scared for a reason, you know. But then at the same time though, like I'm pretty sure that they could all like gang up and maul.
For real.
That one thing.
No, yeah, like I like nature a lot. I had a well, I got a couple stories here. I fucking hate SeaWorld. I'll get into that in a minute.
I'm with you on that, dude.
Yeah. But I went to a local zoo, not too far away from here, and it's very nice. They had a petting zoo, and fun fact, I actually owned a goat as a pet for a couple years.
That's crazy.
Yeah, my dad lived on a farm, so we had a goat. His name was Gizmo. He unfortunately died.
Damn.
But before that, I went to this petting zoo, and there was like a little goat sanctuary there, and you could go in and feed them pellets. And I actually had a goat start eating my shorts.
Damn.
I have a picture of like on Facebook, and I'm like 9 years old or whatever, and he's just like I was feeding some other goat, and he came up and like he just started munching on the back of my pants for real, and I was like, oh man, what do I do? Because I like can't really be mean to the goat.
Yeah,
and, like
you can't like smack it off.
Yeah, right. But I'm like tugging my shorts from him, and he just didn't want to let go. Eventually he let go, but yeah,
that's true.
Yeah, it was really funny. I've also been to the like Toronto Zoo a bunch of times for field trips and like birthdays and shit like that. Very interesting. I definitely like zoos for the fact that like, you know, conservatories and like rehabilitation centers and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I'm not sure if I've talked about it here before, but I was obsessed with owls as a kid. My favorite animal.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I got that big book of you know, North American birds. So I definitely loved going to the zoo to see the owls too. And
what part of the owls like were the most fascinating to you? Like their eyes or like their structure? Like what is it like?
Bro, I loved everything about that. Like their look.
Yeah.
Like the fact that, you know, they can turn their heads like around, that like
that was sick to me. Yeah, as a
they're
kid,
different diets, like they're like the different breeds of them, you know, and like they all had different like characteristics about them, man. Like you're talking about like the regular barn owl versus like a snowy owl versus fucking, you know, great horned owl and shit like that, and you're just like, oh man, like they're all similar in nature but also so different, right?
They're such a unique animal too, because like I don't know, and like I remember I watched this one like birds of prey video when we were like learning about this kind of shit growing up. And like the teacher put it on, and like it was like a point of view of like a rodent like trying to escape from like an owl. And like, I remember how like intense that shit was, and I was like, yo, this bird is like
they're
killer,
they're
man.
Quiet, bro. They're fucking.
These birds are not to be messed with, man.
Yeah, no. So for the longest time as a kid, I was like, I wanted to work in because I looked it up. I was very knowledgeable as a kid about what a legal way to own an owl was, because I wanted a pet. And Canada has very strict laws on that.
Really?
Yeah. And the one way you could own an owl basically was if you worked in a zoo or worked in like an animal rehabilitation center.
What?
And you basically had to get like kind of like a license to own one of these animals, and then you had to have like an injured. You couldn't just go out and be like capture one or buy one. Like you had to basically be working on rehabilitating it. And so for the longest time as a kid, that was literally my goal. I was like, I'm gonna graduate, and I'm gonna go and, you know, basically be not even like a veterinarian, but like I was kind of like, I'm gonna work somehow involving wildlife. My life did not turn out like that, because I realized that was probably not the best career path. I still think it would be sick as fuck to, you know. I was gonna say like it's not the best because of like financially, or like financially. I think they have kind of like shitty hours too. You know what I mean? I think there's like job scarcity too, because it's just like
I was gonna say your job's probably very limited.
Yeah,
too.
right.
Like, there's only so many.
I might be talking out of my ass. I'm sorry if we ever offend anyone who's a zookeeper. But yeah, anyways, I definitely like going to the zoo just for those reasons. Staring at those owls was dope as hell. And then, you get the monkeys and, whatever else was there, right?
That was always one of my favorite parts, like, looking at, like, the primates, because, like, it was just, like, it was just, like, so weird to just see, like, fingers and, like, thumbs and, like that kind of, like, just, like, I don't know, like, on, like, I don't know, like, on, like, a smaller scale or, like, a grander scale, like, looking at, like, a gorilla or something, and then you just see, like, fucking, like, just the sheer size of their, like, not to sound like weird, but like their muscles and all that.
Yeah,
are just, like,
no,
fucking,
they're
like,
fuck, man, they're big ass animals. They're crazy, like,
bro, they fuck. Imagine seeing that in like being like one of the first like explorers like ever, like, that's just like didn't grow up with gorillas, and then you just see a gorilla for the first time, and you're like, what the fuck?
That's
like,
beefy as fuck, man.
Dude, oh my god, man.
I actually, like, people have always wondered too, because like they're like, oh, what if you got like a gorilla to like weightlift, and you know what I mean? And like, what if they got bigger? But I've read it, and I don't know if this is 100% true, but basically their muscle capacity is already kind of like what it's always going to be, because they don't have whatever humans like have that allows for their muscles to grow and develop. Gorillas really don't have that, so their muscle density and like capabilities already kind of at maximum potential. So whatever they can lift is kind of like what they can lift. But I was always kind of wondered that too, until I kind of researched it. It was just like, damn, this gorilla's jacked. What happens if you what if we pumped him full of steroids or like made him weightlift or some shit?
Dude,
which
imagine what that would
ethical.
do, like just because like from like imagine like what a gorilla's psyche's like, like imagine what a gorilla's thinking, bro. Like putting him like,
we can get whole into it, like, but like the difference between like chimps and like gorillas and monkeys and like the subspecies of like monkeys and apes and all that, it's so crazy, man, because like they'll eat each other.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
That's fucked. I didn't know that.
Like sometimes they'll eat each other. It depends on I think what, but like monkeys are super vicious. Gorillas like to be left alone for the most part. Like they only do shit if they're kind of like bothered or whatever, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, like monkeys and like chimps and like all that, like I'm pretty sure they're pretty like ferocious, and like they'll resort to like eating meat or like cannibalism and shit too. That's like fucked. Yeah,
dude, that's fucked.
I might be talking out of my ass, but I'm pretty sure there's like we can look it up after the podcast for sure.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Imagine just being like a fucking monkey and you're just getting eaten by another monkey. Like, what would be going through your head, man? Like, it'd be like, what the fuck?
It'd be like, shit, man.
Like, were we just flying through these trees together?
Bro, I knew I shouldn't give you that banana last week, you fucker.
Right? Yo, you probably would have been thinking about every other moment you had to kill this other monkey that you did it. Like, as that moment, monkey.
Yo, when I picked that lice out of your fur, fuck you, bro. Yeah, because
hit him with the 1-2 fucking neck crack, could have been over, man.
For the... I don't know, but yeah, man, like, I also did, like, some fucking iguanas, frogs, some fish and sharks and all that have this third eye that's like somewhere on their heads apparently, and it helps them perceive like brightness and like protect them from like aerial threats. And apparently I had no idea, but like I looked it up, like iguanas, and it's just like it's like this milky, I guess not even milky, but it's like almost flesh colored.
Is it like visible on their head?
Yeah, it's like really? yeah, usually somewhere like on the side or like the top of their head or some crazy shit. And I read this surprisingly in a YouTube comment. It was not from one of the Coyote Peterson video. It was unrelated to how do you think it was actually on a video game. Yeah, I don't know. This guy was he's like, random fact for you today, and I was reading the comments and I saw it and I was like, the fuck? Anyways, but yeah, and I looked it up, man, and that shit was crazy to me, and I'm just like, holy fuck, I did not expect like that to be true. And it's so fucking crazy that these animals have third eye, and I never grew up knowing about it. Could you imagine?
Yeah, no, straight up, man. Because like you obviously like grew up listening to Flatbush Zombies and like fucking Beast Coast and like how they were talking about like
the
third eye shit
and
like. And, like, fucking, like, that's so, like, crazy to hear that. Because it's just, like, obviously it's a different, probably, like, use of, like, the term third eye, but it's just like weird to see like animals with like
an actual third eye.
Yeah, that's like not like a visible. Yeah. Because they're using it for like sensing and all that, which is like technically what your third eye is.
It's like spiritual, metaphorical, like
that's
about
crazy.
senses and opening up. Yeah,
that's so sick. That's so sick to me. Yeah. I fuck with that. That's hard.
For real. Yeah, so that was cool as fuck. I learned that, but I want to talk about why I fucking hate SeaWorld and Marineland and all this bullshit.
Yeah.
So as a child, I took a trip to Florida. It's like one of the only times I've been out of Canada. I don't want to get too much into
crazy town.
Yeah, I don't want to get too much into it. But my brother he was sick, so we got a Make-A-Wish and we went down to Florida and we we had a whole bunch of adventures and shit like that.
That's dope.
And one of them was we went to SeaWorld down there. And as a child, I was mystified by it because I was like I said, I liked animals. I loved fucking watching Discovery Channel and fucking National Geographic and all this shit, right? And so seeing these aquatic animals and other animals up close, and like it was surreal to me, and like the experience and like the whole watch the fucking orca whale jump out of the thing and all that, and as a kid I loved it. Now that was about I was real young when that happened, once again about like 8 or 9. And going forward, it wasn't until middle school where one of our end of the year trips that we could sign, we had like 3 different packages or whatever. The one me and my friends took, we went to Niagara Falls for a night, and we went to Canada's Wonderland, and we went to Marineland one day.
Fucking Marineland.
Yeah, and bro, I don't know a single person that was happy at the end of that trip. Like it was honestly the worst fucking and it really opened my eye to a lot of like the abuses and fucked up shit that goes on there, man. I remember we tried to go on rides and like tried to see animals and stuff like that, and like it was just like depressing, and like it was not like the zoo where like these animals are well taken care for and they got big spaces, man. It's like it was small as shit. And I remember we went to see dolphins, and this was the most fucked up part to me. They had it like in a pool, and there was like these decorative like rocks or like kind of like stacked around, but they were like sharp around the way they were kind of stacked up. They were like looked sharp, and as like we're standing there waiting for like this dolphin to kind of do tricks, you can see there's a bunch of like scars and shit on its back. And like I can't say for sure that it was from performing tricks and like hitting itself off the rocks there, but it definitely looked like it, man. And it made me and all my friends super fucking sad. So that was the last day for our trip. We go back to our town here, and we're unpacking, and our teachers asked us all how we enjoyed our trip, and we're like, honestly, everything was amazing. Like, Niagara Falls, Canada's Wonderland and all that. But it was just like, don't ever take another like class back to Marineland, right? And they're like, why, right? And they were like, did you not see all like the animal abuse there? Like, no one felt good about this trip. Like, no one had a great time. Like, it's basically they're a mix between trying to be like an animal exhibit and like a theme park, and they fail at both, and it was super sad. And so we basically were like, don't ever do it. And to my knowledge, because my brother and my sister both went there for middle school, they've never gone back to Marineland. So
Marineland shut down, man. Like it's been like
is it?
Yeah, dude, like the animal abuse, like fucking things are real, man. Like
people,
I want to say it's
that.
like permanently I do want to say it's permanently shut down, but like I know for a fact that they had like a bunch of lawsuits against them from like employees speaking out, and like there was like this one guy in particular that like was like really strong-headed about like giving like examples and like all that shit, and he like single-handedly took down like a bunch of like
good shit, man. Shit. So, it was so fucked up.
It was
to me, man.
fucked, man. Like I know what you're talking. Like I haven't been there since I was like a young child, because like my parents like if you kind of know like Marineland and Ontario Place, like they were always kind of like the cheaper option from like Wonderland or whatever. So like I obviously like went there like more when I was younger and shit, like because like that's like what my parents could afford. So like I remember like growing, like there's pictures of me at like Marineland and shit, and like I just remember the vibe there was like kind of like always like a little bit weird, and like I never really liked going there, and like I think part of it was just because like as a kid like it wasn't really like it wasn't really like built for you to like kind of stand and watch the animals a lot of the times. Like it was just kind of like depressing tanks you were walking by, and like there was like a little window you could look into, and sometimes there'd be like a seating area. It's obviously like probably was different from like when I was younger until like when you went, but like I just remember like the early days, it just kind of felt like a lot of walking and like a lot of looking and like not a lot of like And even when I was sitting, it was always like in an uncomfortable dark area, and like it was very like cold in there, and like very like just depressing. Like just looking at like an animal that you like see like this like background. This is like another place too. The Ripley's Aquarium that like I always see this like there's like that background that looks like it's super deep. So it's like if you ever go, which I definitely do recommend that you do go. There's like a lot of the like I don't even know what to call them, like the tanks like have like these like backgrounds that look like it's like an ocean that goes like super deep and like for time and for time and for time. Like just thinking about that from like the animal's point of view, like that's just like so fucked, you know, like that they're like always like they don't know the difference between if that's like another piece of glass on the side of the wall or if a picture. And like they don't know if we're a picture or if like they just don't know what's going on. And like that's just like so fucked that they're like, you know, they're not meant to be in this like situation is what I'm trying to say. You know, like they're like they weren't like conceived, if like you believe in like a higher entity, they weren't conceived to be fucking put into cages for us to look at.
Well, that's just like exactly like Marineland. Like I'm saying, when we were there was like a bear kind of like area, and it was like, you know, fenced in and all that, and then there were just brown bears and all that. But like we're walking past, and it was this huge, it was basically like an empty field. Like there wasn't any like trees, not any like bushes. Like it just looked so fucking barren, and I'm just like, there, like, dude, I feel so bad. Like, could you imagine? Like it's the same thing. Like, oh man, I don't know if I want to make this comparison, obviously, but like for like jails and all that, like I can go into, I'm not like a big proprietor of incarceration and all that.
No, I agree with
but
you. But
it's just kind of like, I don't know, I don't believe in like really locking like animals up and like and people up in the same thing, because it's just like you're saying, I don't know if we're like meant to be you know, items in a cell and all that. And like obviously that's why I didn't want to make this comparison, because you know, jails and prison are obviously there for a reason, because of, you know, criminal activity and stuff like that. And but like I said, that's a whole different topic, and we could probably get into that like on a whole other thing. But
from like an animal's point of view, like think about like if like a bear was trapped in like a cave or some shit where it would be like the same situation as it being caged, the bear would die. There's no food source for it, so it wouldn't like go through all these stages of its life being stuck in this fucking cave, this cage, this enclosed area, versus like if it's in like a zoo, it's like it's constantly getting a food source, it's constantly growing, it's constantly thinking about what it's doing, where it's at,
and
like,
they have artificial long lives too, because like, you know, an animal in the wild might last, you know, say like 7 to like 10 years or something like that, and some of these animals are lasting, you know, 25, 30, and it's just like it's nice in theory, because you're like, oh, like we're getting comfortable lives, we'll never have to worry about finding, you know, food sources, we'll never have to like worry about predators or you know, like diseases and all that. And it's just like in a perfect world, like we'd have a lot of this shit figured out, and where they like communicate that they're happy, or like, you know, that like to do, it's gonna sound stupid, but then they could like do it as a job, you know, and get paid like, oh, like, hey man, the bear's gonna come in out. The bear's gonna come in this morning, he's gonna perform some tricks, he's gonna clock out, get a salmon, go home, you know. But
go
like
home to the wife and kids. The wife and cub.
The wife and cub. But but no, exactly. Like, 'cause it's depressing when like these animals have no choice to like perform. Yeah. And like,
it's fucked when you see like, we just brought up like the example of them going back to the home to their wife and cubs, but like a lot of the times you see whole families of an animal like trapped in this cage, and it's like their whole existence is like a room pretty much. Like think about like if you and your parents and like if you have siblings and like anybody that like you maybe grew up with, like think about if you were just all in one room all the time. You guys would get on each other's nerves all the fucking time. You guys would hate each other.
Yeah, if I had to stay with my sister in one room, bro, we'd kill each other, bro. Like, as evidenced by earlier in the podcast.
Yeah, it'd be craziness, man. And like there's no like I'm not an expert on animals, but I'm assuming that when they're in the wild, there's like moments where they're not always together. Like there's moments where they split up, and maybe the siblings will go so to speak hunting or whatever they do, foraging or whatever like they want to go do. And like so there's like moments where they're not always together, and I think it's like such a like that's why like if these animals are released back into like the wild, like they don't usually do well, because it's like situations like that will arise where they're used to always being like together, and then it's like as soon as they get split up, they don't know what to do. And
100%.
You know, it's kind of sad because it's just like they're not meant to. Like they're capable of. They're such like complex creatures that are capable of weighing like so much more than what we're like
allowing them.
Yeah, you know, like
for real.
Containing them in cages isn't like, you know. Yeah. Anyways,
that was a little bit of a we got a little bit of a depressing rant there, but maybe we'll go ahead and switch topics here. But yeah, I mean, I just love animals.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that, man.
Definitely for for the good of them and the theory behind it in nature is good because it's like preservation and rehabilitation. I think there's a lot of capitalist greed in there, and yeah, well, I guess we'll kind of leave it at that. Or very pro animal here, pro animal rights,
man. For sure.
Have you noticed lately, to switch up topics here, have you noticed the filming going on in our town lately?
No, I don't. No? I haven't. Yeah.
Okay.
What's been happening?
So downtown, there's been a couple camera crews and also one on like Blair Road and all that.
Okay.
And there's some camera crews out there, and they're filming a show called The Good Witch and something else I can't remember. Okay. Never heard of either of them. I guess they're small, like Canadian produced shows.
Okay.
Yeah, but anyways, yeah, they're filming right now. Very cool because I don't want to say a lot of filming happens here, but a good amount of filming does happen here. There's a Reed's Candy Store near my house, and that was used as like it was like in the summer last year, and they decorated it up like it was winter, and they were filming like a winter wonderland kind of scene for a TV show, I think, in there. And actually, our library has a whole documented list about all the movies that have been filmed here.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
There was James Franco. He filmed.
Oh yeah, I remember hearing about that one.
Yeah,
like,
he filmed
in,
a Stephen King thing a few years ago. He is an heir and around here and all that, and people went crazy and tried to see him.
I remember like people from my high school were like going because it was like right in like our like downtown.
Oh yeah.
Like in you know, I'm not gonna get specific, but you know exactly what I'm talking about. But like so I remember like a bunch of people tried to go down to like get pictures like with him and all that, and apparently like it was like super like tough and like everybody was like just trying to get the filming done. I was just like, man, that'd be so annoying as an actor. You're just trying to like you know, just trying to do your job. And then,
that's that's a thing too, because like Justin Bieber hangs out around here, man. You know about this? This man hangs out in our town all the goddamn time. And like I was actually, my friend worked next door to like this little arcade type thing, whatever, and I went to pick her up the one day, and he was right next door, and I was like this close to, you know, being right next to Justin Bieber. But no, he hangs out around in our town like all the time. Like people will like see him at the mall. So like he goes down and he gets like LA Franks and shit, and he just like he just cruises around and like, and then he goes back to LA and, you know, hangs out, whatever. He even owns a house like around here in Pushlands now. But yeah, like I don't like whenever like people come to like film here, people go crazy for it. And we've had not a lot like what is it? The Handmaid's Tale films, like right downtown. We get the bridges there, and my girlfriend actually watched that show, and like she's paused it a few times, like took pictures, like, oh, they were here, right?
Damn.
And so they filmed a couple scenes here. There's a Bruce Willis and like Morgan Freeman movie called Red. I don't know if you ever seen it. I've seen it. It's an okay movie. It's like
I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
There was a scene filmed out on Blair Road, like that house that they're using. It's like this like mansion, and it looks kind of like old and rustic or whatever. So they use that as like a filming location. And there's a few other things. Nothing really of note, I don't think, besides like The Handmaid's Tale and that James Franco thing.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, so there's some small stuff filming here. Small shit always gets filmed here, and like it's kind of annoying because like sometimes it really impedes traffic, especially towards my house, like right where they film, there's like only 2 ways to get around to my house from there, and the one's always usually blocked because they film at the same location all the time. It's because our city looks like it's got that old rustic kind of like European vibes, or like people have been like, oh, it looks like 1800s Toronto, and I'm like, I don't know if I agree with that, but I guess, man, it's just because we haven't upgraded like any of our infrastructure and shit.
Yeah, for sure.
But
our city definitely has like a certain like like when you get to our downtowns, it has a certain vibe to it too that I think like a lot of like, I don't know, like if you're like planning on doing a movie, like I could totally see the appeal of it, you know.
Oh,
like,
100%. Especially up near your girlfriend's house. They got those old style lights.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I know they filmed some things there because it reminiscent of the lights that they used in like LA back like in Hollywood a long time ago, like, and so it like makes like the perfect like boulevard shot, you know, at night, like they get those like bulbous lights or whatever because they're fucking old as shit, and they just I don't know if the city is literally keeps them there for that reason or if it's just like
smart if they are, man, because like I like that it looks like that for sure, just as like a resident of our town, like I kind of like how our downtown is like a lot of like other downtowns in like our vicinity kind of share a similar look, but they don't look quite like the same, which I think is like, definitely a testament to how many like older buildings that we've held on to.
You go to downtown Guelph or something like that, and it's like it's got its own feel. Like I like Guelph a lot because it does have kind of like that hominess feel, I guess, but it doesn't like encapture that whole early 1800s or 1900s feel, I guess.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, so that's kind of been impeding my traffic a little bit lately. I think they're wrapping up soon. They were gone for a little bit and they were back. I don't know if it's, for what, maybe cold weather or maybe they had to do some reshoots or something like that. But it's really cool because like in the one parking lot I see on Blair Road, they cramp like all of their trailers and fucking vehicles and shit there. So it's all right there, and like you're driving past late at night and like you see the lights on in the trailer and you're like, there's a star. She's hanging out or he's hanging out in their trailer, but it's like a small ass trailer. And it's just like, it feels like it wants to be Hollywood, but it's like kind of just like low budget. But I guess I don't know, man. Maybe I shouldn't be harping on all this shit. Yeah, it's just really cool to see. I think
I definitely think that like it's like just like cool that like we have that like energy in our city, because like I definitely don't think that like Cambridge is like a Toronto in terms of like our art scene is like being like as out there as it is, but I think we have the talent as
for sure.
Like a Toronto and like their art scene, like there's a lot of like underground talent here that doesn't really get to connect in the way that we could. So it's like cool that we see like sometimes like when I see like other people coming from different places to utilize on like the Cambridge like vibe or whatever, like it's cool and all that, but like it would just be cool to see like people in our own city like maybe like providing opportunities within the city for like people to like maybe like
100% to branch out on that. Speaking on that real quick, could you imagine like someone like a Cambridge rapper blew up kind of like Drake, and then you had to be like, oh man, like I know that guy, like like or like where are you from? And it's just like, oh, I'm from Cambridge, you know what I mean? It's just like, because like I know a lot of people clown on like Mississauga and like shit like in Brampton and all that, and they'll be like a lot of those guys like try and claim like Toronto and shit like that, and they'll be like,
I think the second you make that mistake though is where you fucked up. Like if you're from Cambridge, say you're from Cambridge, like there's nothing to be ashamed of,
No, that's what I'm saying, but it's just like I don't know, it's funny to me because just like knowing some of our local talent and stuff like that, like I
definitely know exactly what you're talking about, like in like kind of like my like my comeuppance or whatever you want to call it. Like most of the people around here were claiming they're from like somewhere else. You know? Like nobody ever said they were from Cambridge, and like I remember that was like a big deal to like make sure that you said that. You're like still to me today, like I'm not gonna like ever say I'm like
you're not gonna rap somewhere else.
Because it's like I didn't grow up anywhere else except for here, and like I had little like stints where I was living other places and like that kind of thing, but like this has like always been home,
I think it's just an Ontario thing, is to kind of shit on where everyone comes from. Like you hear people like you see all these TikToks, or you hear people, they'll be like, oh, like where are you from, and they'll be like, I'm from like Oshawa or some shit, and you're like, you get the fuck out of here. You're gonna clown on them, or it's just like, where are you from? It's like Windsor or all that. It's like it's just, everyone's got jokes for wherever, right? I think it's like a lot of big city life too, like these people in Toronto, and they're like, oh man, like, oh, where do you come from? They're like, oh, like I live in Toronto, and they're like, oh, where? And then they're like, oh, Brampton or whatever. Which it kind of is like, you kind of do have to kind of separate those because like they're different cities. Like I get it, but like but yeah, like I don't know, it is funny to me. There's a lot of clowning on each other for where you live. Our city isn't really that known. It probably gets confused for Kitchener all the time. I think that's the closest to what people know it as, but
which is like honestly again fine, because like I don't think that like I think that's like one of the good things that we have going for our city, is that like there's not a whole lot of like action going on here. Like there's like a lot of subtle things that go on that like you can really truly like enjoy, and like I feel like when you like get to like bigger cities, it's like kind of harder to enjoy certain things. Like everything just seems like it's moving so fast, and like
For sure.
it's almost like a million miles a second. You know.
Yeah. Real quick, speaking of Toronto and everything, did you see Take Care is 9 years old now as an album?
Yo, you know what's crazy? The other day, I found my original copy of Take Care, and I put it in my mom's car when I was like driving around.
Really?
And like, yeah, I'm kind of broke. I don't have my own car. So, like, yeah, I was just whipping around in my mom's car, and I had Take Care in there. I didn't know it was 9 years old today.
Yeah.
Though.
Not
crazy.
today. I think it was yesterday. It was 9 years. Yeah.
That's crazy. That's fucking wild. You said that, bro. I was literally listening to that shit like 2 days ago.
I still listen to that.
Yeah. That was like, man, I remember that shit came out when I was in like grade 8, and there's this very, very, very nice girl named I don't want to put her name out there. It starts with an S though. She's a sweetheart, and she ended up buying me the CD for like Christmas. And I remember, yo, fuck, man, that shit was so like, oh man, that made my whole like year, bro. Like every day after school, I come home, listen to it front to back, you know, like
damn,
that shit was my favorite album, man.
Like I'm looking at like maybe this is just like a really like Canadian thing, because our radio stations, they have to play at least like 30% like Canadian music. I don't know if you know that.
I feel
or
like
something like that.
I've heard that. Yeah.
They have to. They have like a
rule,
limit of how much Canadian music they have to play. So like, I'm thinking that's why like Drake got played a lot like when we were growing up, because just like when he was starting up, like he was definitely there was a point before he was like mega big. Like he was okay, like, you know what I mean, like the charts and stuff like that. But there was a level where he hit mega popularity.
Yeah, where you hear him like all the time. I definitely remember like Headlines was one of those singles.
Yeah.
The Motto was like one of the singles. What else was on the album that was a single?
Marvin's Room, holy shit. Take Care with Rihanna.
Take Care. Yeah, Take Care was a huge song with Rihanna.
Fucking Crew Love, The Weeknd. That put The Weeknd on. I just pulled it up.
The thing about that album is too, like we're saying, like there's like all those big songs. Like there was always like there's other songs too, like
The Ride.
Yeah, like The Ride was on there. There was that one Buried Alive Kendrick Lamar interlude.
Yeah,
where it's just
interlude.
like Kendrick like just going
just
off
straight.
but it's like still has to do with Drake, like the little subtleties. Like if you really listen to what
comparing
Kendrick
their lives and stuff like that.
Yeah, if you really listen to like what Kendrick's saying, like he's like low key like kind of taking a jab at like Drake, which is like if
take
you
a shot for me, fucking what is it?
Dude,
Camera Lights, yeah.
Fuck. Yo, fucking that song like that, like the she looks like that star only on camera. That song bangs, bro.
Hate Sleeping Alone.
Oh,
it's Cameras, Good Ones Go interlude. That's what it is. Lord Knows, Make Me Proud.
Lord Knows with Rick Ross.
Yeah, that's fucking.
Oh, that was
We'll
a
Be
dirty
Fine.
beat. Pull the skeletons
Kings,
out the closet like Halloween decorations.
Over My Dead Body. Oh man, like this album, it's solid, man. It's so fucking good. And like,
joints, man.
Yeah, growing up as a Canadian, we definitely had, I think Drake pushed onto us a lot earlier than a lot of other people, which I think is amazing, because obviously I was like so young rapping fucking Headlines perfectly. I still fucking
hyper. Fucking right. Screaming that shit.
And like, especially like I still know like a lot of Drake songs and lyrics off by heart, just because like, yeah, man, obviously we've talked about our love with him, and
that's the thing, man. We grew like everybody in like our like area like grew up on him, whether they didn't like if you didn't listen to him on your own accord, like you still listen to him like from the radio, and like just how like, and like especially like 2016 popular. Like when he had like Hotline Bling, and like he couldn't do any wrong. Like every
didn't
song,
miss that summer.
Every song he put out, it was on the radio like the next day on repeat.
Dude, Passion Fruit is one of my favorite Drake songs. Like that beat, and like I know people say like he bites from other cultures and like he disrespects them. That's a whole different topic and all that. Like we can get onto that. Yeah, but the Passion Fruit is one of my favorite songs, because it's not Drake rapping. He's very like sing-songy and type of thing. He's very like mellow, but that beat in the background goes along with it, and he's talking about this, you know, like this forlorn love, like fucking you guys are so far apart, and like I don't know why, but man, that shit just fucking it resonates with me, and like it's not I don't know if it's my favorite Drake song, but like it's got to be one of my favorites, because it's so smooth. It's so such a vibe to me. I don't know, man. Yeah, but
most definitely that More Life album was like a lot of people shit on that album. Remember when it came out, they were like, it's not really an album, it's a playlist.
He like, said that himself. He's like, it's not like.
But it played like an album to me. Like it played like a mixtape more than anything.
Yeah. With there's no. It's essentially the same shit with mixtape. People are like, what's the difference between a free mixtape, a sponsored mixtape, and a commercial mixtape? Nothing.
Yeah, literally
like,
nothing, bro.
Sponsored one obviously is one that's paid for by a music company.
Oh, are you talking about back in the day when it said Dat Piff sponsored?
Yeah,
and,
like,
you
yeah,
get the
like
free
Dat
download.
Piff,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's usually because somebody like paid to like
like Dat Piff paid them to like host it on their site. Yeah.
Or no, like people paid Dat Piff to like get it. Like, dude, like I remember like when people like when I would like upload my, like I didn't personally upload my mixtape, like somebody else did it for me.
Yeah.
But like I paid him like $100 to like
really?
put him up, like, so yeah, you had to like pay to get that like sponsored thing.
Oh, okay. I thought like,
nah, that like if you're a major artist, Dat Piff would like pay.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking. Yeah.
But like if you're like, most of the times you saw the sponsored thing like from like underground artists, like if you saw like a Joey Badass tape,
Yeah.
like most of the times it was somebody like put it up
Yeah,
and
they
then
were
like
paying.
paid.
Yeah, that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
But I was
And
talking
then,
about
like,
like
it blew
like
up.
early Wayne and all that. Like
the Wayne
they
shit.
were obviously like
they were
for
like
like
hosting it.
dedication like no ceilings and shit.
Fuck, yo, you remember when them shits came out though,
Oh,
dude?
yeah, of course, bro.
That's like a whole other. We gotta like have a whole little Wayne episode one day. Like that's like a whole like.
I mean,
man.
fuck, we can do it on just like music and underground music and early tapes and shit.
Mixtape Dat Piff, bro. We gotta have Dat Piff.
We'll do a whole Dat Piff episode. Take our top 5 mixtapes from fucking
dude,
Dat
Piff was my shit, bro. Dat Piff was my Spotify for like years.
Sure. But no, like like I'm getting like what I'm saying though is like a free one that's on SoundCloud or like YouTube versus something on Dat Piff versus something that's on Apple Music, but it's classified as like a mixtape. There's no difference between them. Same thing with like this whole playlist and like, oh, it's not an album, or everything is basically an album. Same thing with mixtape.
There's an album
and
cover to it. Like
albums and mixtapes are nothing but the fact that like one's paid, right?
Yeah.
Like there's so many mixtapes out there that could have been full production albums if like. You know what I mean? That's like I said.
Some mixtapes are albums. So like, if you're like a Chance fan, like his mixtapes are albums. Like, you don't listen to his mixtapes like they're like mixtapes. You listen to like an album.
That's like Acid Rap definitely could have been like a whole. And like, he even talks about that because he talks about how he could have won a Grammy for it, but like he couldn't because they don't consider it an album because it's only a mixtape. And it's just like, what the fuck's the difference? People fucking clamored for that. It was in it like. Yeah, we're gonna get into a whole thing about mixtapes here, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Take Care, 9 years old. It's fucking amazing as like one of not a debut album, I don't think, right?
No, it was his second album.
His
first album was Thank Me Later, I think.
Yeah.
And then So Far Gone was a mixtape.
What was the Yeah. Thank Me Later was the mixtape, right?
No, So Far Gone was
So Far Gone, yeah.
Thank Me Later was like the
Thank Me
debut
Later
album.
was the first one.
Yeah, and then this one was the second one, and then Nothing Was the Same was the third one. And then the fourth one was If You're Reading This It's Too Late. That was like people called that one a mixtape too, remember?
Yeah.
And like,
that's the thing.
Like,
I listened
that was a full album. Like,
he released that on SoundCloud exclusively for 15 minutes, bro. I don't know if you know this.
Shit. No,
do you know this? Oh, okay.
No, I bought the album. I remember that day.
No, I have the album too. It was released on SoundCloud free for 15 minutes by him.
What the fuck?
I was listening to it. I started listening to that album, and then all of a sudden there was like, oops, something went wrong, and it was removed from SoundCloud, and then it was put on Apple and Spotify and all that. I was like, holy shit! Like I thought it was a mixtape, but I thought it was free. So in that 15 minutes, I don't know if someone like fucked up and uploaded wrongly. I don't know how that would have happened.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It could have been like, sometimes on SoundCloud they have those like links to the iTunes song, so it's just a preview. Yeah. They may be like meant to do like that.
Yeah, it could have been something like that. I have no idea because like when I upload to to SoundCloud, you have to put in a lot of like information and stuff. Yeah. So like I don't know. Maybe it's different for. But anyways, yeah, it was really cool because like I remember that happening distinctly where it was up for free for a little bit. I was listening to it, shit went wrong, and then I was like, "What the fuck happened? Why can't I listen to this?" And then all of a sudden, it wasn't free anymore. It went,
that feeling in your stomach must have been like, "Oh my god."
Yeah, it was a cool story that I got now because like I don't know if I used to have notifications and shit on for like drops and stuff like that. And I used to check a lot of like old websites and shit like that too for like the latest artist like drops and shit. So when I saw that, and I saw the link and all that, and I was listening to it, it's really cool because like like when that shit first happens, I feel like you get a lot of not as much anymore, but. It used to be a lot of cool stories about when shit first dropped.
No, I definitely remember like those like kind of albums. Like I remember like Forest Hills Drive the day that dropped. Like J. Cole's album 2014, that shit, like that was like, I remember the day Born Sinner dropped actually too, like that was like a big day for me. Like after school, I was like in grade 9. This is kind of like, remember how we were talking about like our siblings, like you like paying for your sister. I remember my sister took me to HMV and like, we bought the album and like,
for sure.
I remember just listening to it on the way back. Like, and then like, to be fair, like I feel like that all changed because you can't buy CDs like you used to be able to anymore. So it was like almost like it doesn't really matter when you hear it.
I remember going to the mall and buying Dirty Sprite 2. Like, first
shit,
day it dropped, bro. Fucking, I went to the mall there. I ran in and I was like, got a copy of DS2? And it was right there. I fucking, in my mom's minivan in high school, fucking whipping the shit out of that with Dirty Sprite 2 pumping. On that note, I think we should probably wrap it up a little bit here. For our review this week, speaking of Future, he and Lil Uzi just dropped a mixtape. I've been listening to that. I'm going to give it like a 6 out of 10. It's not my favorite from either of them. It also is still relatively new, and maybe with a few more listens, it'll probably like grow on me, because I do love Future. I love Uzi. And they're doing their thing on this album. Coming through, spitting bars. DJ Esco's back with Future. He's got some production on this. Beats are great. You can't go wrong. So
who's the main producer on this? Do you know?
I don't know who the main producer is. The tape starts out with DJ Esco, so I don't know if he produced the whole thing or if it's
just like hosting it or something,
or if he just did that one song. I don't know, man. I honestly can't. I didn't look at the credits yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
it'd be interesting to see if it was like mainly from Future's camp or if it was mainly from Uzi's camp, or like because like they like obviously like they use a lot of the same guys like TM88 and like all those kind of dudes, but like I don't know, it'd be like cool to see like
for sure.
I definitely think like this like whole thing is like I was watching the Joe Budden podcast recently, and like they talked about how Rory from the Joe Budden podcast was saying how this is like the equivalent of Jay and Kanye getting together. And like from like our generation, and like I definitely agree with that, like Future being Jay, Uzi being Kanye. Obviously they didn't grow up in the same camp, or didn't come up in the same camp. Like Ye kind of came up with Jay towards like the early 2000s, but like it's definitely that tie where like like Uzi's like making like kind of the newer current version of Future's model,
for sure.
So like it's definitely like cool seeing them like link up and like cover both bases.
And I think they definitely have like relatively similar but also distinct and different styles.
What I
mean?
Yeah.
And Uzi kind of makes that like more dreamy trap, or Futures where it's like the hard drill almost.
Their voices are different too. They complement each other
right?
a lot. Like Futures is a lot deeper, Uzi's is a lot higher.
For sure. And Future has worked on a few different tapes. He worked on one with Juice WRLD. He's got one with Young Thug.
Yeah.
He's got one with Drake. And I loved all of those 3 previous ones. Super Slimy is fucking dope with Future.
Yeah. That shit was crazy.
Fuck yeah. Like can't ever go wrong with Drake. I think they're fucking making, like, him and Drake are making a second one. That's rumored. I don't know if that's true.
Yeah.
Fucking like Diamond Dancing, fucking getting off that one. Fucking Plastic Bag. Like so many bangers off that one. World on Drugs with Juice was decent, I think, too. It wasn't my favorite, definitely. But those guys came through, did their thing. So I'm really hoping this one with Uzi kind of, creeps up on me. And, I'm expecting to.
Yeah.
So that's my review.
I feel you. What
do you got for us this week?
I haven't really been listening to anything new. I've been listening to a little bit of, like, older stuff. I listened to fucking classic album Thriller by Michael Jackson the other day.
Okay.
Mainly just for PYT. That's like a little go-to track. I've been trying to write like a cover of fucking PYT since like grade 11, man. So
Damn,
like
okay.
Every time like I listen to PYT, like I always like, I don't know, it just gets me in a different mode.
Fair.
Other than that, like I found the Fleetwood Mac original pressing from fucking their Rumors EP. So like
really?
I'm looking forward to like cracking into that. So like
that's dope.
Definitely like you've definitely heard the song go viral recently.
Yeah.
Off that album, but like I just want to kind of see what condition my pressing's from, because I remember I got it from a dollar bin like way back in the day, so it was like already kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
Don't really know what the condition is, but I might try and do like a little rip.
It's gonna be all squibbles and squabbles.
Yeah.
Well, that's all that we have for you today. Thank you for listening to this week's episode of Phil and Aman Search For. This has been Phil, and that's been Aman, and we thank you for listening. Make sure to tune in next week for our next episode. Make sure to check all the socials and the links, and we'll see you next week.
See you guys next week.